I had to like restart a thing, so now I gotta close out a million windows. So much editing. Alright. Okay, so today is... I'd like to get a differential, or like figure out some gears that might work great with a differential setup, and maybe design a differential that might not be so clang-orific. Oh, for God's sake, every time I log right in, something's flying away. Which one is this one? Oh, it's this guy. See, okay. Okay, so I tried to sort out timing for these ones. Oh, why are these all janky? Or did they, like, DC? Or desync? Huh. It's so strange. This didn't happen last time it loaded. Why did they reverse? Oh, I think I know what happened. They don't necessarily stay in place. Okay, yeah, because they tend to pop out left or right. Ah. Okay. So a couple of the gears and the ideas for the gears that I made. We ended up with these ones, which I thought was pretty cool. Let's see. But those... Okay, I think I'm starting to see what's up. Okay, so how these ones are built is, you know what? This. So the long bits are spawned inside of one another because you can place them while it's in a 45 degree. And then when you remove it, it just, it goes doop and it pops into place. The only problem is it has like that extra little space. So the only problem is it's extremely difficult to fill that space with a piece. You know what I mean? So even if there is a little lag, I don't think I'd worry about it too much, but that's mainly because there's no controllers. Let's see here. These ones, though, I just found something out that was really cool. Apparently, because they can phase into one another, that's kind of the point. They have apparently just, they could pop out left or right, which it gets completely screwed up with the controllers. So this style may not be the ideal one. So I was thinking, and let me grab a template real quick here. So this engine works pretty okay. This one clearly doesn't work as well as intended. Well, not when you first spawn it in, which is kind of unfortunate. It makes the game nearly impossible. I did have it running at one point, but yeah, the sensors are kind of a pain in the butt. I need to work on timing some of this. In fact, I figure program timing might be more efficient. The only thing is that you really... Oh, that's right, I set them to 3, didn't I? The problem is with the program timing, it's just, I don't know, it's super finicky. I mean, gosh, it's just like, might as well use the controller stuff. Alright, let's see. So it looks like it's getting a little framey. That's no bueno. Give me a hot sec here. Don't save. Save. I was working on thumbnails, that's why. Then that and Chelsea is probably also uploading or downloading something from work. Let's see. And do I have... I'm gonna close that. Close out and get some stuff out of here. I always end up with 1,000,001 tabs. Notifications. I did end up adding a bunch of more unnecessary tags now. Or not tags, but like windows. Thanks, Pokemon Go. Sending another message. I know. Another reason is I have an unnecessary amount of YouTube stuff open. I'm just gonna have to scroll through for the next couple days. And then I'll close Florian Gadsby. Alright, cool. That should free up quite a bit. Yay! Thank you so much for waiting. Let's open up OBS again. 1 minute ago. There is also the fact it was glitching out. So, I was thinking real quick about... Actually, I should probably weld this. I'm gonna... I'm a believer that I'm gonna actually have to go to a totally different world to actually practice and do like the races, but I should probably choose a much smaller world. Come on, you. There you go. That's such a pain. Yeah, I've got way too much going on here. I've had way too many iterations. Okay, so I was thinking, you know the concept where you can set this on a 45-degree angle and then slide them together so this way they spawn in a single one. That's... You know, now I think about it, that would... No, that'd be fine. Yeah, okay. I was just thinking, I was like, technically, is that not vanilla? But it's totally vanilla. I don't know what I'm worried about. There we go. Template. Okay, so you know how we have our standard engine stuff, right? Let's see here. These guys. Right? So I'm thinking, can we put... This is really dumb. Can we put 8 pistons in a in one single space? You'll see what I mean in a second. It's probably really dumb, but I want to try it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to spawn a couple of my pre-builts to make it a little easier. Ah! Well, hello, Nugget. What's going on here? Let's see here. So we have this one. I'm trying to think of how I want to angle this. I just wanted to try something out for attempting to put together a differential or maybe test some of these gear ideas out. Okay. So there was a thing where I've noticed where you can spawn things in one another. So I was always worried about trying to remove the footprint. So I'm thinking, what if I can shrink the footprint, right? But without the issues that we've been having with, well, this. So when you have a lot of pistons, 3 can manage, but 4, they are not a fan of it. Where when the angle gets too far off from where the anchor point is, it starts like janking out. Right? It's always kind of fun, but I've just kind of like slowly, or like just got like a brief interest in building this. But yeah, I was trying to build a multi-tooth gear. While you were painting? Oh, nice. Ah. Pixel art's always pretty cool. It's so time consuming though. Okay, so for this to work, I would have to build this like attached to this. Okay, so I need to stick this there. Then we'll throw a controller on. Oh man, pretty big pixel art. Yeah, I've seen those big ones people making like Minecraft. Stuff's absolutely bonkers. Okay. So this is gonna be a pain, but it'll hopefully be fun. So I'm gonna remove these to help minimize negative interactions. I don't want to actually remove that. You know what? Whatever. Let's weld these together. Oh, you know, I think I'm starting to understand. Because I have to have them anchored. Man, this idea might be really dumb. Spoiler alert, it is really dumb. Okay. So now those are angled. I want to see if I can put pistons and anchor them at an angle. You know what I mean? Or not. Let's see. This is one of those things where I'm like, wow, this might be a cool idea, and then I'm like, I gotta throw it into practice. It'll probably be really, really bad, but I already have some gears that I'd like to test out today. Alright, we'll do 45. Come here, you. Yep, 40. Okay. So I should be able to weld these onto it. But then the real question is how do I actually attach them? That's gonna be a mess. Unless there's a way where I can cause it to physically brace. Oh dang it, I welded that one upside down. Crap. I'll fix that in just a second. I've seen some. No, duh. Huh, why won't it let me do the top one? I might just have to force it. Anyways, I was thinking that we can... Oopsies. So there might be a physical interaction where we can utilize it to like hold itself in place. Though I'm pretty sure that's just gonna get really buggy. But hey, if nothing else, we've made aught. There we go. What? It lied to me. Shit. Okay, I'll just have to roll it from down here. Okay. I mean, I know you can build stuff inside of itself. There we go. And then now I've just got to fix this one, and we'll see what we can do with this. I don't know. you have an idea. It's like, you know what? Let's workshop it. Sounds dumb on pay. It sounds dumb in practice. Let's just see. Probably is a bad idea, but oh, come on, you. Okay, that is confusing. I wonder if maybe reversing it will help it settle in. That's strange. Okay. What? That's not what I wanted. Yeah, this is definitely not gonna fit it this way, this angle. So it works the other way. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure they'd be fine flipping the other way. I guess I was one of those, like, hey, how do I get this into the smallest location? Well, okay, so we've built radial-like engines, but the issue is how many pistons we're dealing with. But I was thinking, if we could get it to spawn in on itself, but at a slightly 45-degree angle, we can still, I don't know, thinking maybe we can get it to work. It's probably not going to work. I was kind of interested in the idea of being able to like spawn the engine inside of itself, so it kind of like unfolds, if you will. And I mean, in my mind, I'm like, that's probably how somebody's gonna get a. There you go. That's how somebody's probably gonna get a super compact. Oh no, it's currently attached. It's yeah. I'm using a controller to move it. I don't think I have to move it too far. I think it's just something weird about the game where it's just about at that point. Okay, so let's try 45, 47. Yeah, because I could get the other three to hook up for some reason perfectly fine. And I can't put it on a lift, so. Yeah, I still can't place it. I wonder why it won't let me place it there. Yeah, because these ones aren't. Maybe if I reset it, it'll like land better. Ta-da! Oh balls! Oh boy! So I guess it snaps them so fast. Alright, anyways, the idea is that they each go a different way, and then they lock in with a physical interaction. Oh yeah, no. Yeah. See how it's all bugging out in itself? This is a bad idea. I think I'll just have to leave this idea to like gears and whatnot. I guess. Okay, so yeah, spawning it at an angle would be very difficult to even, like, how would you go about anchoring a block that's just kind of floating here, you know what I mean? Wrong good idea. Yeah. Alright, let's take a look here. Man, it is definitely framey. Okay. Because I like this idea. It's a matter of like actually getting a differential to work. I was just trying to figure out a way to get more interactions. It's a little bummer that I can't get this one to work. Or when it respawns, it spawns weird. I don't want to have to put a vehicle down every single time. See? Like that. I like that. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this. Let's think. we're gonna have to right here. Oh no, there we go. Come on, you. Boop. Oh god, that's a bad idea. Should have just deleted the whole thing. Alright, we should probably try building at least what we would consider to be a platform to attach the gears to. I mean, I know there's a good idea somewhere with all these parts. Yeah, it'll probably look cooler if it's actually drivable. Not a bad idea, but I may end up blowing up a bunch of other stuff. You know, what Khan uses in the like the nuke that he does with Scrapman, I was like, I need to find that. I think somebody was saying that it got deleted a while ago, so I do not like this. I can't, these engines are always started for some reason. And I have no idea why I can't get it to just stop. I think what you know what I think I'll do is I will physically block these so this way they stop starting when I log in. It's just one of those things I had no idea this game would do. I can't do nothing about that. There we go. Okay. That's a lot better. Nice. I'm just gonna... I need to remove this piston. Oh, for God's sakes. There we go. Problem solved. No more. Alright, so now I guess I gotta figure out, like, what gears. So I know we have this. And we need to get sideways. Sideways setup. So let's see, we've got... Let's get another block so this way we have color coded. Let's do concrete. Alright, so say we have wall. We have the power coming in. We already know how to get it through the wood. And now we just need to figure out what kind of gear system we're going to use. Because we're also going to have to accommodate another drive shaft, the drive shaft that itself will need its own gear set. No, I only save the things I think I'm going to actually need in the lift. So it's not like I have a problem saving things in the lift. Okay, so we've got our representation of kind of the breakdown of what we need to do. So the advantage here is, one, we do know that we can spawn things and shift them on a 45-degree angle and get them to like mesh when they're spawned, or when they come off the lift. It's just a matter of will they bug out when we do that. This would be in a very adorable differential setup. So what are we gonna work on? I think I think we need to come up with the first gear. So I think what we'll do is we'll build a 1-to-1. So 1-to-1 would be if we had four, you know, 4 teeth on the gear. We'd have 4 teeth on the other side, and then we would go on out. In fact, differentials are usually not 1-to-1. Actually, it's usually like 1 to a 1.2, or in some cases a 1 to like a, you know, 0.9 something. It just makes it easier. There's a reduction in there, or this upscale. All right, so let's build this sideways. I don't know, for some reason I think building it sideways, it would be nice if I didn't have the paint tool. I'm like, why can't I get this to rotate? Okay, I'm probably not going to use all of this space, but it's not a bad idea to have it. God dang. Oh, our old dog, he's complaining. Alright, so which gear do we want to use? I kind of like this kind of style where they're like all of your things you let on the map are taking on your... Oh, yeah. No, for sure. For sure, I know. There's a lot of tech and interactions. Like, these all down here... Like, there's no reason for this sensor to be working. I'll keep blocking these. I mean, I had them originally for demonstrations. I'm gonna end up having to save a bunch of them. Oh, here we go. I'll end up saving them on a list, so this way I can modify them for a vehicle. Oops. There we go. Done. Oh yeah, no, this one's straight up fail. I don't even know why it's set to work still. There we go. I don't think the art is causing a problem. Do you think? No, I think the art's doing a good job of being fine. Okay. Yeah, the only other ones I could think of that I'd be concerned with is like these ones, because they use a physical interaction just to hold them in place. I don't think I'm too worried about these guys. It seems to be when I only come over here. I don't know, did I lose something underneath? No, it's a little better over here. No, it is much better. Okay. Let's get the teeth, or the thing built. So I don't think we need to worry, or we could stick with like aggressive teeth. Because I think rounded would be fine. I don't know. It's just for some reason in my head I just really want to do something that's has like either really thick teeth or really or like just a lot of them. You know, because then it's not so much back and forth because there's not as much play in it. I think maybe I should just not worry about it too much. Let's just do a four tooth setup. I wonder how small these can be actually. You know, maybe I should. Yeah, maybe I should add a base to it. Like, no, you know what? We won't have to worry about them walking. If they're gonna somehow slip off, we can always readjust the designs later. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to do a whole new world at some point. Jeez. Okay, so now we just need to get it to connect. So this is unnecessarily big. It's okay. From here, who cares if we have a little extra space? And other side. Well, I want it to be able to mesh well. I think that's gonna... No. Yes, that's not a good spot. Oh, heaven, yeah. No, yeah, you're right. The friction is going to be a big issue with the physics. It's kind of why I want to limit the amount of play, because I am somewhat concerned about that. No. Okay, I need to connect. Aww. Okay, but so this is just going to use both of the same type, and they're just going to mesh together normally. That felt like a slow-mo jump for a second there. There we go. Come on, you. There we go. So now I can rotate off on a 45, and we should be able to connect them. Perfect. And there we go. So when it spawns in, they're going to be essentially touching. Okay, so I could get a lot more closer with this. That's kind of nice, because then that means we can make it more compact. Like I said, I just really want to minimize the amount of slamming into each other. Because I've noticed if something is rubbing against itself, it's not as bad. Like, say if something jams, like, as long as it's well to the ground. Yeah, well, I mean, like, okay, so I have the... Yeah, that's a good point. I was going to say, because I have that gondola over there, and it would jam up, but it wouldn't get all laggy. Well, we're going to have fun testing these things. Alright, so now I can turn... oh, wait, hold on. We don't want that right now. We want to keep that 45 because I still need to put the rest of the shaft. Alright, so with vehicles you have you have what we call a one-wheel wonder, which is just a one-wheel drive vehicle, and a rear wheel. It's usually a lot older ones where they didn't have limited slips. And then you have locked differentials. So what we'll do here is going to be a locked differential. We don't need a limited slip. That's too much calculations. Alright, so given how far away we are from these, I'm not going to worry too much. If we were a little bit closer, though, I personally would... Here, if we were a little bit closer, I would just... I'd use the pistons to go through. Which is nice because that also would save on a lot of resources. Okay, so we want the upper shaft to be disconnected. Or no, we want that one to have power, so we want number 2 to disconnect. So, because we only need the controller when they're when we're building it. After this, we won't have to worry about it. Oh wait, wrong one. Whatever. Come on, Zero, go back. Bloop. I think I did it weird. There it is. Hey! Okay, so I do need to do all 360. That's what I thought. There it is! Okay, so we got it doing its thing. Let's speed that up though. I should probably hook it up to a button. That might be the best part. There we go. Okay. I like it. It's working. It's a one-to-one. And I don't think we have to worry too much about unfortunate interactions. But there is a ton of play. You know? Should be able to kick it back a little bit. Oh, I guess with the way it's moving game-wise, it's not jittering around too much. Okay, let's turn that off. Okay, so let's move this upper controller back to the 45-degree position and then see if I can weld it a little further up. Now that we know this works. Can't wait to see a complex differential test. I'm just setting the car. It's flying all over the places. Yeah, I'm kind of, it's gonna, yeah, it's almost like for sure gonna jam up and have issues, but it's gonna be really simple. So it's not like, okay, there we go. I'm not too worried about it like being a total mess though. I feel like depending on how, like when these come undone, they can turn left or right and not jam up. You know what I mean? So I'm not so worried that it'll make it nearly impossible, like it's gonna just jank out. I think the engine has the highest chance of causing the problems. Oh yeah, that's right, I can't use the middle. I can't use the middle bar if it's like that. It is kind of framey though. I mean, I've seen glitch welded vehicles that are made really nice. Oh yeah, this would be much smaller, wouldn't it? Oh no, to build this I'd have to be... Wow, okay. So 30 degrees if I want to weld this. Are we thinking... I might have to just build this one fresh. The game is having issues understanding what I want it to do, but it might also because I'm trying to take a larger gear, and I guess they'd be more asymmetrical if I do it this way, wouldn't it? That could also cause problems. Oh well. Yeah, because that one would need to be a little bit closer. Okay, so let's hook this one up to a controller for now. We'll set you to 45, and then we'll, oops, wrong one. Alright, where are you? Okay, so yeah, I don't think it's gonna weld up because I have all the extra bits on there. Yeah, this is probably one of those scenarios where I just really need to get rid of all of them. Man, at this point I could have just built it fresh. Would have been faster, huh? Let's figure out what our minimum size is. There it is. Okay, so here's how our interactions would work. By using the turny bits. Okay. Hey, hey, hey. I'm liking that. Oh, wait. What happened? Oh, wait. Hold on. I just punched loop once. Oh, come on. I thought I had you set up right. Okay. Oh, yeah. That is much nicer. That would make great. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. 900 IQ. Holy smokes. Like all the wrinkles in the brain. There we go. And then we can put something smaller like that down, and we'd connect to the wheel on the other side. Boom. That is awesome. So, there was a couple thoughts, and part of the reason why I wanted to make it longer is because instead of just having a shaft here, I could also do the same thing like this inside or in there. Oh yeah, no, this is good. I wonder, my poor old dog, why does he keep doing that? I wonder if we could do CV joint. Let's turn this off. That is probably gonna be okay. Hold up, hun, what's going on? What is my dog doing? Give me a second here. Alright, well, as long as he's okay and not being bugged by our cat. Oh yeah, no, I wonder what the speed is going to be like, too. In fact, we probably could actually test that. Electric. And then the connector tool. And let's do that. Because we've already ran a test for... Alright, so... I think you were there for that. Oh, what you doing? Oh, my dog was yelping and I was trying to figure out, make sure he was okay. So we have this demonstration down over here with, like, how much power can come from there and go out to the tire before the physics interactions kind of jank up. But depending on how it's built, I don't know if we'd have an issue with that. Now let's just see how much it can handle. Max level. Actually, hold on. Let's put it down to where it is over there, and then we'll see. Uh-huh. Why are you... There's no way it's going that fast. Oh, wait, hold on. So it just spins now. Why is it not working? Oh no. Maybe if we connect it, but do it at a lower speed first, and work our way up. Okay. Okay, I think I need to put a marker on here so we know how fast it's spinning. Wait, what? Okay, that's just wiggling weird. I wonder if that's... Just bad physics. Okay, that should tell us if it's actually rotating. Oh. Oh my. Is it really actually going that fast? This engine isn't even doing much. It's not even all the way up. Uh-huh. Oh, this is... Oh, yeah. There's no way it's going that fast. No. Did the game just, like, give up on calculations here? It's just like, you know what, bro? Nah. Nah. Should I attach a wheel to it? Oh, that's so weird. Okay, I need to attach a wheel to it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Actually, you know what might also help is bracing the other side. And just actually doing a proper mock-up. Yeah, I know, it's kind of like going bonkers. Okay, one there. No, wait. I'm gonna anchor it on the other side so I can even see it. Because this is pretty much how it's gonna go. Actually, I gotta put this in the lift. Wow, it is laggy in this world. I'm pretty sure that if I tried to do this, I wonder if it's because it's calculating the physics already pushing against itself. I honestly don't think that the piston's necessary in this specific instance. Oh. Well, that's a thing. Concrete block. Yes. Yes. Concrete block would be a great idea. But I need to... I'm just going to do like a full-on mock-up about how it goes all the way around and how we would do it normally. Okay, and in order to not have the thing flip out, I'm gonna do 2 pistons. The more pistons, the more stable, I've figured out. There we go. And then, yeah, I think we'll do it slightly offset. But I won't do like a massive one. Okay. Okay, so yeah. These, even though they spawned inside one another initially, 4-notch or something. Yeah, true. You're right. I should definitely put something heavier to slow it down a little bit more. Yeah, you could definitely do that. Concrete. Oh gosh, get out from underneath there. Just want to make sure it's symmetrical. 9x9. Ah. Well, I mean, that's kind of what our weight test is going to be like, because we're right now worried about, well, yeah, 9x9 would not be a bad deal. We'll just have to do that later when we do other tests. I figured an offset would be kind of a fun one to work with. Okay, turn it on. Okay. Wow. That's a thing that's happening. Alright, so how do we prevent that? Can we put another set of bearings right here? Come on, you. The value you're changing on the engine is torque, but without weight, any torque, it can run at... Fair. Yeah, good point. That is a good point. I guess I'm mostly worried about physics interactions. Like, if it's stable at this speed, then... Like, how much weight can we put on it from there? You know what I mean? Like, even if we build an entire mock-up weighted and everything, which is the goal... if the basic differential setup can't even handle spinning real fast, or at least spinning at this speed, and we're not going to get as far with it. But we'll have to build one we'll have to build something like that in the mock-up. I'm just mainly concerned with like it freaking out, because like if we put a gasoline engine, you can hit max on a gas engine pretty easy. Like, think about it like, okay, so if I'm trying to make a race car or something fast and small, I will likely be able to use... Oh, I had it max. That would explain the immediate reaction. Okay. Okay. So it's not as bad, though we're definitely not going to want blocks right next to the wheel. So if we use like a brace system, we could improve stability quite a bit. Oh, balls. There we go. Which I think is extremely useful knowledge. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is way more stable. Okay, what about offsetting it slightly? Okay. I mean, it's not breaking. I mean, it's almost breaking. But... So as long as the wheel is round, I don't think there'll be an issue. Heck to the yes. Okay. That's glorious. So now we know it's stable. Now that we know we have it kind of stable in the design. Yeah. Now we know we'll be able to actually put some real weight on it. It's like I said, I wanted to haul something. Yeah, all the pipes are welded. Should be. Did I not weld these ones? No. They're all welded, yeah. Oh, wait. Duh, can't see it until I put on the lift. Maybe I forgot that. I might have. If I did, that would be a difference. Oh, even better. They were not welded. Oh, yeah. Oh, sweet. Oh, okay. So, I'm excited about that. I forgot, yeah. Oh, man. My Arizona tea, it's gone! Not sponsored. That would be great, though. Yeah, drinking endless tea. Let's go! Oh, I'm so stoked. Alright. This is beautiful. Okay, I need to save this. Small diff test. I'll just do one. God dang. There we go. Alright, so. Real quick. Now let's crank this all the way up. Because we know it's stable. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we know it's like that other one that's over there. That specific connection does not work at that speed. So I was figuring it would work great if, say, I made a tractor or something. And then I could push a button to engage and disengage. Part of the reason why I'm wondering that is transmissions. I need to know which gears. So I'm not saying I'm going to try to build one or build one immediately, but like that whole being able to extend a piston into a keyhole to lock it in place. Being able to use, so we want to be able to handle max speed, obviously. So if we can handle max speed without it bugging out, and we try to do a transmission, I mean, the main thing is since these engines have one speed go, being able to switch through gears to go slower, but using a key-based system would be ideal. So if we just reduce this by half, well, hold on, let me take a look at what our numbers here. The next step is 2, 4, 6, 8. So it would be 1/2. So we can reduce it by half and have the speed. So if we did that, it would probably be effective, or since this is all one speed go, it would be about the same as this in terms of speed. And then if we did something like this, which is, that's what? 2, 4, oh man, numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that would be a third. Right? How the gears work, because it's the tooth divide, so it'd be, well, so it'd be different, because if I'm stepping up, it's 3 times slower. Yeah, because it takes 3 rotations of the small one to turn the big one. So it's 3 times slower versus the other one, which is literally just going to take twice as often. So it would be, wait, hold on, how many notches are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So about that, what, 5 notches, 4 notches. So it'd be about 4 notches, which I think is a really nice speed. So if there is a way to utilize 12, which I'm gonna be honest, I highly doubt. This is probably something you'd slap onto a like a truck, or not a truck, but a tractor, or a hauling vehicle. You know, like tree haulers. And this is great. This is awesome. I'm excited. Now we know this works, and we can readjust this design size-wise. And this is just the raw differential, so there's no shifting involved in this. So if we wanted to do something like shifting, we could do it here. But it would get really big really fast, and it would be very unruly. You'd end up with basically using these things. So like if you built a tractor design or a hauling trailer or a truck, you literally would have to fill the bed with gears like that to get it to haul any good weight. Well, the other option is using multiple of the smaller gears to step it up or step it down. So if we did it that way, you could achieve a better one, which instead of at 4, it'd be like, it'd be divided by 2, and then if you put another 2-to-1 reduction, yeah, you'd get almost the same. It would just be because it'd be stepped down by 8. So it'd be really slow. You'd have a ton of torque, though. I mean, we don't really have to worry about the conversion between that. Yeah, they are pretty massive. But, I mean, once again, these are just me goofing around with these ones. I mean, this is the only way I could think of at the moment to get more teeth. I tried doing a piston setup where they pass through each other, or of the inside of itself, but it does not work as well. Alright, so this works, but I'm very curious about CV joints. We'll probably jump between projects back and forth. Yeah, I'll just do the diff test one, and then I'll just delete the innards. There you go. Convenient. Okay, so the diff test is, the basic diff is good to go. Mainly this 1-to-1 is what we'll end up using anyways for, say, hauling or racing. Because that's basically going to be... So if we're using electric engines or motors, and then the gasoline engines, I mean, the gasoline, like, they're a 1-to-1 anyways, you know, so we don't got to worry about gears. So if we can get a vehicle to drive or hit that speed as an engine does without freaking the hell out, that would be sick. Because at that point, we have made it abundantly clear that you can use piston engines and would be relevant in probably not multiplayer, but in single play. Which I'm really excited about, because seeing this makes me think that it's entirely possible. You know? Because then I could. Excuse me. There we go. Oh man, that would be so cool. And that's the advantage, is that you can step it down. I mean, you can step down the engines as well, like having multiple gasoline engines in a row, and then you just set their max speed. I've seen that, where people shift doing that way, which honestly would be a ton easier. Right? The controller bearings are kind of the issue, and I was trying to think of a way that, okay, so that's why earlier we tried to test it, where we tried to get it to spawn inside of itself and see if we can lock it using its own physical interaction without, you know, glitching too bad, kind of like how these work. Like, this does not seem to lag, oopsies, this does not seem to lag things out too bad. You know? So I was thinking if we could have one piston engine where it, like, is inside of itself. Oh, I think I'm missing one. Is inside of itself, it would basically allow it to just function in like a 2 to 3 block space, and you wouldn't have to worry about it at all. That doesn't seem to be the case at all. So we might end up just sticking with the straight or the inline 5 style, like this one. Oh wait, I have it disabled. Like this, and then attaching this directly through the body into it. So essentially this whole setup would be on the bottom side of the vehicle, and it would just go directly into this shaft. So we already know what this is, but I don't know what the maximum speed is of this engine. That's the problem, and I don't know if it gets, because this is based sensor based, so this is going to get as fast as these can extend, and that's where I was thinking, and where you could add a couple more pistons to this, and then close that gap. Yeah, honestly, 2 is the max, by the way, for when they're opposite of one another. Because I mean, that's what, yeah. So there was another stream in between the last one and this one, and that one kind of was testing out this and the other one, other design we had over here that just they don't appreciate it. This is stable enough in most cases, but timing this is bonkers. Like, it is not friendly at all, and not to mention with the way it rotates. I just need to find a better way to do this. Exactly. So that's earlier, like I said, trying to figure out a way to eliminate as many bearings as possible and get rid of the controllers. And that's about it. One way I was thinking would be kind of interesting, and I don't know if it would cause a lot of flex, is if instead of slapping bearings on the end of this here, or on the inside right here, which actually, I want to test that. I want to test that right now. Let's go, boop. Right here. I was like, okay, so we want to have a frame here, right? I'm just going to delete this anyways. There we go. Oh, kind of cool. I didn't realize I could place blocks through those. Oh, man, that opens up a lot of ideas. Holy shit. I mean, I can't. No, can I? I can't. Oopsies. I can't place pipes like that, though. Can I? No, you can't place pipes, but you can place blocks? No. Wait. So, does... Okay. Hold on. So that... So can I cheese it by... Okay, so see how this is right now? We can't... when I'm building it, I can't normally put this, or these here. So what if I do this, and then throw it on a lift? Come on, you. Okay. No. Are those points still like reachable? No way! That's so cool. Oh. Oh man. Once you accidentally placed a pipe inside of a piston. Well, I've never been able to place them inside of pistons. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, can I place them in there when I'm building? But no, because they have no hitbox. But apparently you can place either... I could place a block and have it rotate into it, or I can just straight up build a wall through it, which is actually super convenient, because now if I'm building and decorating a vehicle, I don't got to worry about it. No way. Oh, this is sick. Okay, let's turn this on anyways, though. What is it even hanging up on? Or is it... Oh, is it because... Oh, wait, hold on. What am I doing? I was doofing around. I just discovered the thingy that I was going to do. Okay. I'm trying to think of a way to build this to minimize components as well. Hold on. It was done. It was WTF'd. Yeah. Wait. So you attached it to on the same... Oh. Oh, that... Yeah, that would definitely cause a problem, I think. Interaction-wise. Okay. So... Now that I know that I can place them... Is this going to be a great way to eliminate bearings? Okay, let's start by... placing a piston... right there, and then we'll place you on the end, then we'll weld it to the body of the thing. There. Now we just need to build a wall through it, because that was my biggest concern, is not being able to build it. So I can't place that, but can I place it, or does it have to be off the lift to place it? No, I can place it directly into it. I had no idea. Let's delete these to minimize friction. So right now we have eliminated a single bearing from this setup. It is a long, it is a long shaft. Okay. Let's take a look here. No. Holy shit. So I don't have to do the stupid double thing. Right? Right? I didn't know. You can't place them inside of them. So I was like, bummer. But apparently you can drag it over and it will place it inside of it. No way. That's great, because that means I can have stuff like this. Because that's one of those things I was worried about, is like always having to have like braces. No way. That's so cool. Somebody's got to be using this in an engine design somewhere, and we just not been able to see it. Okay, so does this mean we can offset some of the engine stuff when designing it, like layer engines inside of themselves? It is, yeah. Well, that's what I've been trying to do multiple times, is trying to shrink these engines down into a 3 to 4 space with as many pistons as I can cram. I'm engineering. Yes, thank you. I'm engineering. Oh my god, this is absolutely bonkers. And, okay, so I find that the pistons, when they're supported on both sides, are stronger than are much stronger than the bearings. So this means if we can eliminate, like say we're designing a transmission, right? If we can just straight up eliminate, if we could just straight up eliminate a lot of bearings, then we won't have to deal with flexing. Okay, so now is there a way that we can, like, so each one of these sections don't do well with more than 2 and pulling away from it. So is there a way to layer this inside of itself like that then? No, I mean if we put a piston in the center. No. Because if we try, it will glitch out real bad. I know I've tried it earlier. But hold on. Well, you can't attach things to the side of a piston. Yeah. Like, I mean, even if we put the piston in the middle, then these things can't connect to it. Unless... Yeah. I mean, at that point, it's just a piston rotating it. But it can still transfer power through it. Like, if we had... Okay, stop doing the thing. Okay, let me think. What am I thinking of? Okay, so we have what we currently got, right? Over here. That's a wall. And then we have we've got, say, our drive shaft. The drive shaft is not flexible. Put the piston in the middle. No, that is not a bad idea, putting the piston in the middle. We just don't want it to extend. I'm wondering if there's a better way to put some of this stuff together. So, like, if we, like, say, separate this. No, we'd have to do it from the outside. Okay. So if we put, say, the piston here, this is pass-throughable, so we can layer something inside of there. Just need that for the non-collision. Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, so if we have it like this, this means we now have still a perfectly fine shaft, but with an invisible line space in it. Is there a way that we can utilize this and add and make it additive to the main setup without, like, putting extra pressure on it piston wise? You know what I mean? So is there a way we can utilize this to layer pistons inside of themselves while still putting out power in the same direction? Because currently in my mind we'd have to go opposite directions to minimize or increase firing rate. Okay, so I need another block. I normally just brainolate these outside of it. Alright, so we have our main one, right? So if we... No. Okay, if we go up here. So this is our other piston setup. Actually, I should use the correct blocks for dictating pistons. Okay, so this is what we've got so far then. This is, say, a normal setup. If we place it just before that, we now have a passable space. Can we? No, we might. Okay, okay, okay. Hear it out. So say we take this piston, right? We can then put inside another one of these. Actually, where is it? Because I have it right here. We could put this inside of it, but it is not connected. It's actually like this. So it's like basically not connected to the shaft at all. Make sense? So it's not connected. Why would you need it connected to the shaft at this point? However, you actually, right back here, before the piston, have this, and it's connected to itself. So now, they're in the same exact space, right next to one another. But if we set them in the same plane, it's the same inline setup, right? So then you're like, okay, well, it's still locked to the shaft in the same position. That is one thing we can try thinking about. So this is one way to get pistons to just kind of all stick together or get them in line. But since we're not rotating the shaft, we might not have to deal with the physics interaction as bad. So would this be a way to double the inline 5 and turn it and basically just pair up the pistons? Because that was my main concern, is I was like, man, no, it's like it seems to run smoothly, but how do we get more power out of it? Well, if we have them paired up like that, oh my god, yeah, that might be possible. And that might not, you could even probably but how do we get that? How do we force that to be in a different orientation? Because if we can get it in a different orientation, we change up the firing entirely. Like the firing range or firing order changes and makes it smoother. Because that's what makes our high volume piston engines are smooth, is being able to set them offset from one another to where one's always pushing. But my issue is, and I found this out, it's in my notes, that there is a maximum length that you can go with these. And the reason is because if you have only one piston at a time pushing, it's trying to push this entire shaft. Hence why I tried splitting up multiple times in different ways. And that's where we'd have to add this third one. But if you add a third one, you can only get like 4 out before it starts bugging out like it does over here, because then you're like 45 degrees off from itself, and at that point the beginning and the end are so far, the pistons are fighting it, and then you end up with this. But if they're in the same plane, then they're at the same angle, so they're like, these ones you don't really go much further than this. So that might be an effective way to double up this piston setup. And it might only extend it by, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Might only extend it by 5 blocks, if that. Because we'd use a T-joint right here. The question is like, then why don't we... See, the thing is... I plan on building a double piston setup, but I think part of the issue is when they're, one of the ones we counted earlier is when they're attached to the same wheel or the same thing, like the butterfly we checked out over here, it bugs out. Like we had this attached together at one point, and when it pulled too hard, both of them would bug out at the same time. So I didn't know. I was wondering if it was because they're hard connected to the same thing. Oh man. So this is a way to lead for compact engines. I mean, like if you just make an entire shaft out of these, well, obviously you can't do it all the same. It'd have to be like this. You should be able to put multiples inside of themselves and get it really close. And I mean, since it's all pipes, we don't have to worry about the pipes slamming into one another. And these don't interact with themselves. The very heavy thing. You mean where all the pistons are turning the thing? That's the crankshaft. So that's not a... This is not bad. I mean, that might actually be a feasible way to double up the pistons, add power to it, without it... Like, the whole goal is to reserve or to remove bearings from the system. So, if we do it this way, we're not removing a ton of bearings, but we're not looking... I don't think we're adding very many. But the crankshaft, is that what you were thinking of? Goodness gracious. Yeah, I mean, this is handling it like a champ. Yeah, the only interactions we're dealing with are these gears right here. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. And the fact it can handle a full speed of this torquey thing. Because every time I use one of these, if it jams, the whole thing just flips over. In fact, that might actually happen if we... Ah, convenient. Okay. Alright. That is bomb. So the question is, one of the questions is how to utilize this. I think I'll think more on this, because I have seen people where they started off building an engine design where they had, they're like, oh yeah, here, because I was looking up some basic engine stuff before, and I just looked away. I was in the middle of playing, and they built like a shaft design like this, but it had like bearings right here, so it spun freely, which confused the daylights out of me. You know, this actually could be used to sync timing up even better. So like, okay, one of the issues here is that since there's bearings on every single one of them, these actually would work better if they were 45 off from one another. You know what I mean? Because then you have one piston, or you have like two pistons pushing. Well, if you do something like this, you can actually link the specific like the front and back pistons together. The new piston thing there allows us to have proper crankshaft technology, even more efficient placement. Yeah, exactly. You're right. So I'm wondering, depending on the crankshaft design, would a regular inline using less pistons be more effective at that point? You know? Because having the... Yeah, but then again though, I'm not sure if the power output is better using the pistons. I just know the more pistons pushing, the more oomph it's going to have. But we've got to run tests on that. Alright, I think this information will actually probably be even more useful right now in the case of differential designs and what to do. I wonder. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's put this back. I almost forgot what I was going to put here, or I think I did forget. Alright, differential designs. Can we do a differential design where it has two different gear sets? Because, you know, I have that really big gear. Yeah, so like right here I could definitely eliminate one of them. Wait. I mean, well, these aren't 180 from one another, so this would not be as useful. Actually, no. They're not 180, so it would actually be kind of a pain. This one is 45 degrees off from itself, so I'm trying to think if one of these designs would benefit from it. Okay. I don't know why I'm finding it easier to build upside down on these. What if we use the piston mechanic for the ability to extend? Alright, so we have this, and we have this, and then I'm going to guesstimate we have that. So basically we could put two different gear sets that mesh with the same shaft, because we currently have a 4. So if we can get the 8-tooth one in here, then when we start, it basically is locked. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. So then you would push a button. This would extend out, disengaging the or disengaging it, and then yeah, it would disengage it, and then you could drive in the fast one. No, because then it's locked in one, so you need to have it push off from itself. Ugh. See? Sometimes you can't tell a dumb idea is dumb until you try it. Alright. I wonder if we could improve... Nah. I don't think these would work very well, actually. These are probably great for, like, when they're in line with one another. Like... let's see, let me run a test here. I will pick this one up. Flip-flop logic aids. I'm bad at logic, but I definitely think that would be much more beneficial for engine stuff. I've been meaning to look at logic stuff for engines, and I keep spacing because I keep getting sucked into, like, the mechanical aspect of it rather than doing the... Yeah, just, it's really dumb, is what that is. Okay. I'm trying to see, like... Does this even weld to any of this stuff? I actually don't know if I made it too long. No, it works. Do I have the teeth correct? Yes, I do have the teeth correct. So I would just have to weld it on the one side, depending on where the toothy's teeth are. Okay, so if I take this off the lift... Oh shit. Is this gonna work? Oh crap, I didn't put a block. It's so goddamn dumb. Okay. Let's put a block there, paint it. Because these gears themselves might have their own use. Let's see. The flip-flop logic cracked my brain. Yeah, I've been racking my brain with those, with doing the logic as well. What is it? There was that one, there's that challenge mode where you make self-driving cars. I kind of almost want to try that. But it's also super time consuming. Okay. This is what I was worried about with this type of gear. Okay. These teeth are too big. So that tells me that there might be a way to get another style of tooth in here. Okay, well. Okay, I thought it was gone forever. I wonder. Oh, yeah, okay. So this one's spins forever. I think it's because did I forget? No. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I tried to stick it to the little one. Let's see. Yeah. I'm glad you're able to figure some stuff out. I don't know. I seem to be. I'll try welding these together once more, and we'll see. I wanted to wait until I was on stream to test these ones out to see how well these work, but well, obviously. Okay, I'm assuming that's the space. Yes. Alright, so it might entirely be the fact that it's not feasible, simply because the teeth in this case would be too big. Bummer. Part of the reason why I liked these ones is because I was like, maybe I can build something cool, like a paddle boat or like gates or something with it. Okay. I just realized they're gonna unfold really dumb. Crap. I might want to I don't know, I might want to weld this. I think it's because I'm not exactly sure which way they're gonna go. This is one of those things you'd have to tune. Alright, so whichever way I have this outer one going, I need this one to match. So let's get this one going. Alright, so if this one is rotating outwards, then we want this one to rotate counter. And then this one to rotate counter so they actually interact properly. Oh no, but each one of the teeth are solid, so it's gonna throw it off. Oh boy, yep, that's gonna be fun. Wait, what? Excuse me. What? Did it? No way. Crap. I did put the teeth all the right way, right? Maybe the other way is the best way to go. They don't spin freely. Okay. Okay. I think I know what can be done. I mean, these gears would not work in survival, so it's not like it's going to help that much. I think I'll retry building these, but I need something pointier that's not flat, completely flat to one side. And I have no idea what block that is, but I will find it eventually somewhere in here. This might be a good choice, because depending on how the box interacts with itself, I might be able to just put it like outside to outside. Because these, I thought this would work. In fact, I thought it would work better to go the opposite direction. But it seems like their hitboxes are just too tall. Just barely. So these probably won't work very well. I figured these could work I figured something like this style would work really well with, say, like making a train, or especially with like aesthetically, to where I can just drive one big wheel and get the little ones to do its thing. But we'll have to worry about that another day. So far, oops, I should disconnect this because it's lagging me out. Come on, you. There we go. Yeah, cool gears. Probably gonna be better as aesthetics. Okay, I think I'm gonna weld. I'm gonna delete this block set because I mean I'm calling these dead for now. This way, I should really. I keep forgetting to just go through, save them all. Concepts, save, and then we'll delete you. Ah, much better. And then I could delete this. Okay, that's nice. I feel better. All right. So the pass-through. You know, the pass-through, being able to pass through with the drive shaft, that actually would probably work really cool with four-wheel drive. I think that would be absolutely boss. You know what I'll do here? I want to see how well you can make, or we can make a CV joint. Would we use it? Maybe not, but it definitely will help me understand more of the limitations of things. Because I was just thinking, or just the other day, I was like, I don't know if it'd be feasible to do a proper CV joint with this. There's honestly, I'm going to build this, and there's probably going to be a very much better way to build this. Okay. Okay, I think I know. Once again, though, is it a matter of like how many bearings can we eliminate? I think we're making phenomenal progress. It's only been an hour. I mean, a CV joint, even if we only use one of them, could be immensely helpful when I think about it. Oh wait, missing a bearing on this one. Wi-Fi is bad. How's my bit rate on my stream manager? Oh, it says it's doing pretty good. I'm using what, 6.146K. I've been meaning to update, move that. So it always seems a little higher than I expected. Yeah, I'm not getting any notifications. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's telling me, apart from when it was lagging out real bad, like earlier, no, it says it's great on my end. It's very, very green. Alright, so we don't need this. I've noticed bearings flex less the more you have, but when you're doing something like making a piston engine, it doesn't matter because all the forces acting on it are just causing it to flex real bad anyways. Okay, so I'm gonna build a proper machine to test this. So we want to have you first. And where is the blocks? And then we need you. There we go. Now let's throw it on here and then run a good test run. Okay, so we need to do pistons. You and you. Okay, and now I just need to weld the things up. So this should minimize any sort of weird flexing problems we're going to have. Okay, so now we just need to attach you up here. And that, you know what would help? Is if I put a flippin' bearing. I was about to make a mess. You and... You know, I'll place that there in case we need to put a marker for rotation. I doubt we'll need it, but whatever. It's not a bad idea. Alright, alright. And then weld it. Oh, man, I'm excited. This is going to be good. And then we have this connected. Let's lower this all the way down because torque. And start. Right? Right, why ain't you going nowhere? Oh, duh, off. I'm a dumbass. Shit, that's fast. Okay, that's cool. So let's check the CV jointableness of this. I might need 2 sets of these. Yeah, I need 2 sets of them. I don't know why I thought I needed only 1 set. I mean, I worked on cars. I know how these things are built. I know you need 2 sets of them. Wait, is this one of those... I wonder if this is one of those things that you could maybe glitch it inside of itself? No, I'll actually need 2 more bearings. Or not 2, I'll need 4 more bearings. Because I need to repeat this on the opposite side. That's why I put that there, because I was like, I get the strange feeling I'm going to probably need it to go the other way. Alright. Oh, wait, I think that's the only one that I put in my bar, so whatever. Oh, hold on. I should probably... You know, having this further away, I'm probably going to have to bring this up by a ways. Yeah, let's throw it on a lift. Dang it. See, so if we did a CV joint, it would literally be for running energy or power from the front to the rear. And being able to have the CV, like the axle, pass directly through the other drive shafts would be fairly useful. Okay, so let's slam this together super quick. You know, it takes a surprising amount of time to make things. Alright. And then we also have to think of like the performance load. Because that's a real concern still. a dumbass. I put these in the wrong spot. Whatever. I'm like, hold on. This does not look right. Of course it doesn't. Because it wouldn't rotate. The bearings on the same axis that are welded together are just not going to go anywhere. Oh, yeah. That's kind of why I'm pretty excited about, like, having, like, a pre-built concept. I mean, of course I don't need to, like, they're always not going to be the same, but I could at least look at some of the components and utilize the same ones. Like the engine designs. I have several of them saved, so I could just... currently building a P1. Like a one-piston engine is what you mean? Sorry, a little slow. Brain-elated powers used. Yeah, you know what? I want to test this on... Nah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to need to extend this. This is going to be dumb if I don't. Because, I mean, the whole point is we'll be using it on significantly more. Alright, well... Let's build. Really? Wait, what? Oh, it just fell perfectly. That's cool. I'm like, why didn't it flop over? Alright. Let's weld you, which I need more space. Can I just step up by one? Or am I gonna have to hit you with the hammer? Alright, now I gotta bring the hammer down. How far can I roll away? Oh, a McLaren. Oh. That'd be actually really cool. This is gonna be needlessly dumb. Okay, so see the axles, when you have like an axle, you just have a joint, like a CV, or like it's a little tiny like cross with the bearings on all sides. So I know, like, it's essentially this little piece on the inside, and they rotate in a boot. Right? So I was figuring it should all work the same. Alright, let's get this wheel welded up. Are you already welded to yourself? Uh-huh. Okay, that must have been because I left it. Alright, time to make a very long drive shaft. I mean, the main thing is that it turns. That's like all I'm concerned about, is that it turns. Aha! Alright, let's take you off. Boop. Let's go. If I attach this back to the thing I disconnected. Alright, so we already know it's moving. Alright, this should still work even though it's pushed slightly. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, CV joints for days. Alright, let's see how far we can go. Can you go out to here? Oh! Yep. We are beyond its maximum angle. we would have to add a whole nother like set of this in the middle to allow it to flex. In fact, needlessly dumb means absolutely needed. So true. If you've ever been driving by like a box truck or some of those bigger trucks that are like a big, huge flatbed truck, not like an actual flatbed truck, because some of them are, you can't see underneath them. Like one of the giant box trucks, if you look underneath there, you'll see that it has a drive shaft connected to a center point, and then from that center point, it then goes down again to the bottom. And that's because of the angle, because of where the transmission sits. It has to sit up a certain height. And since the axle sits so far down, that angle, that grade is too steep. I'm going to get a feeling that we can't go any more than 5, huh? 4? No way. Is it really not? Well, that makes sense. I mean, axles can't usually go that far off. So we got a 3x3 radius to mess with, though it loses a lot of efficiency at this point. Yeah, you see the wobble? That's what happens. Even if I add an extra set of these on the ends here, it's not going to help very much. There's also the thing about how the axle gets too long. So, if... let's see how far we can... well, honestly, I don't think there'll be anything... actually, let's check to see how much it can handle before it breaks. Oh, you know what would be a good idea? Painting one of these. Well, that... not that one. Oh, my. Yeah, that's going fast. That's going ridiculously fast. Oh, heck yeah. Monster truck? They got them tires. Alright. I'm gonna... let's turn this off. I'm gonna make a copy. CV. Alright. Axle. CVX. Save. Let's now make a new one, and we can Frankenstein the pieces together. Okay, there we go. So let's put this one on the lift and start chopping this apart. So we won't need the bearings for this, for these ones. What? How many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can eliminate 4 of them in here. 2, 3, 4. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, no. If this works out as planned, monster trucks would be a very easy build for this kind of thing. Or with this type of thing. I mean, honestly, even if you didn't bother building a piston engine for a monster truck, you could still run this underneath it, attached to a controller, just set to rotate at 360, on slow at 360, and boom, you've got yourself a realistically looking underbody. Sick detail, that's for sure. All right. So, as my understanding of engines or vehicle components go, we should be able to go much further. Let's slow this down a bit in case there is an interaction. Okay. So this is the reason why they're braced. Braced to the body. So just a straight up interaction or straight up ranged one, probably no bueno. However, having this brace to the body would be a good idea, which can be done in its entirety, because then you would just use the same joint that I used over there to where it uses the pistons on either side. This would extend it by a length of 1, but it would allow you to take a lot more angles. So basically, design wise, you could probably go as much as 2 blocks here and then another 2 blocks here, or 3, you know, because if you're just doing it for aesthetics. So you could probably get a maximum of 6 block deviation from the output all the way down to, or the output of the engine all the way to the tires. Yeah, I think that's pretty doable. I like that. Yeah, because this needs to be braced. There's no other way. I think you know what? I could probably actually mock that up super quick too. You down. Oh, I can't go any lower. Okay, well, double jump that already. I know, right? Like, okay, so my issue with, and the reason why I personally want to stick with 4, is 1, that's how actual cars do it, where they have ball bearings and there are 2 for each direction. Stability. Also because the bearings can get weak real easy. So like, think about trying to rock climb. I mean, yes, if it's aesthetic, who cares? Like, you can do that. But if you're trying to rock climb, you're gonna be not doing so well. In fact, if you really wanted to do this, probably a better way than what I just did is like how it looks like on normal vehicles. It's okay. You know what's funny is I made this like Scrap Mechanic, but I did not make this like how cars are, which I should have, because if it ain't broken, you don't fix it. So if you wanted it to like look Scrap Mechanic-y but realistic, quote unquote, you could just do it like this. Because this like cross piece is actually what you find in a joint. CV joints are a little bit different, but yeah, they basically use this exact joint. And the bearings are all in that center one. Which, thinking about it, that might be more beneficial. Because now you have all the bearings working together on the center point rather than separately for their specific pieces. Yeah, U-joints. Oh man, that's phenomenal. I like that. It looks so much cleaner too, in my opinion. Alright, god dang it. I need a stairway. Sometimes I wish I just had like I build off of these for some reason. And sometimes I just like wish I was smart enough to like make a prefab stairway for myself, so it's easy for me to get up. Honestly, though, I don't think I've needed one up until this particular one. Why am I making them 3? I don't need them 3. There we go. Oh yeah, this is great. Okay. Oh yeah. Alright, so I want to make sure what I mentioned earlier about the maximum deviation is correct. So we'll have to extend this twice. Oh wait, I should also probably steal. There we go. There we go. So we wanted to so we need it to pass through. No, we don't need it to pass through. We need it to actually connect and pass power through. Actually, how would that work? brain. Okay, I'm thinking of this engine and the differential thing. That's what this is the exact issue I was telling myself I would work out later. And now I'm like, oh crap. And now I'm looking at a thing and I'm like, shit, now I need to know what it is. Basically I need to figure out how to get power to pass through without being too bulky. While still being supported. I might just have to, you know what, I'll just do it the other way, and if I think of a better way later, it will be it. Okay. Okay. So we would want to weld. Well, actually no, I need a bearing on top of that other one before I try to weld it. Oh, I remember at some point a long time ago that I was not able to weld directly to bearings, and then something about that changed when I was playing around earlier. I was like, wait, can I actually do that? And now I'm over here like wondering if I just dreamed it. Oh, yeah, I can understand that. I hate it when when I have a game and it crashes. So Need for Speed Heat, which is one I've been enjoying as of late, will do that. Where it'll crash. And it's so stressful. What am I doing? Why am I doing this weird? I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm just like having a brain fart. Oh yeah, no, if you're playing from a laptop, definitely a lot more difficult. Especially if you can't upgrade it or, you know, get better cooling for it. Okay, so now let's get this welded in. I think I'll do the same thing here where I'll switch it over to the U-joint component. My concern is this might be a little bit bulkier than I anticipated. Crap! I welded it wrong. Well, let's go back. Oh, duh. And I also want to make it so this way this can move. Okay, hold on. I'm over here like, oh yeah, no, I want to do a test run. And then I completely forget the things I need for the test. Because we need to test the top and the bottom. Caster Ninja! Well, I mean, did you post any of it to Twitter? Because tweeting me would probably be the easiest. So, to see anything. Okay, there we go. You don't use Twitter? If you, oh god, that's gotta be really hot. That's gotta be bonkers hot, actually. Where is my thing? Okay, so now I think we're sorted for the most part. Oh, I like this song. Yes. It is definitely not healthy at all. Like, holy smokes. French fries are bad for you. Well, I'm just glad you haven't burnt your house down yet with that, because holy smokes. There we go. I'm going to rebuild this one as a normal joint. There we go. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I had a terrible laptop for years, and it was the same exact song and dance where I had to do a bunch of custom settings. Like, okay, so Need for Heat Speed breaks my game, but it's not for the same reasons. Like, it's just, I think it's just bugged really bad. Or there's just some major incompatibility errors. There's like, I was telling the other day how I have to have a special way to start it. So I can't start it from the Steam launcher. I can't start it by going into the, you know, the actual exe and starting it. Like, it just doesn't work. Oh man, it took 5 minutes. Oh god, that's... I would die of boredom. Okay. I think I'm just gonna build a new one from raw. There's just welding, it's gonna be a massive pain. Man, one of these days I gotta go to a dubstep conference. Holy smokes. Those graphics, or the setups you gotta work with on your computers are absolutely bonkers stressful, it sounds. Okay. Oh, for goodness sakes, really? Okay. There we go. There we go. It's looking good. All right. But yeah, no, oh yeah, the Need for Speed is just absolutely jank. Yeah. Oh yeah, then I have to open it up, toggle compatibility mode, turn it or close that, you know, advanced settings, and then open them back up again and then open it, because if I don't open it up a second time or I don't do it that exact way, it won't work. Like, it'll just crash drivers and stuff, even though, you know, I've got a 1080, so I'm not like experiencing issues. Okay. Done, welded, 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 welded. Okay. All right. And this would be the long drive shaft, our long boy. Crap. I need an extra button. That's not where I wanted you. There we go. Okay. I got this. So that's going to extend by 1. That's going to extend by 3 and 3. Since it's not as long, I might not be able to. I might be able to. Alright, we'll see. Boop. Okay. Where are we dealing with our thing, or did I turn it off? Alright, so where is our hang up? It should spin freely inside of itself. You know what? It'd help if I took it off the dang lift. Brain fart much. Alright, I need to repaint one of these so this way you can tell how fast it's going. There it is! Oh, God. You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering in the last update, because they're going to be doing another update, and that has the underground stuff, and they're going to be optimizing the living daylights out. Oh, that's going fast. What is that? All right. So we should be able to go like this. So it's slowing it down quite a bit. All right, so 3 blocks might be a little too much when it's this short. But I mean, when you think about it, it's probably a diminishing returns. So like that huge length that we had gave us 3 blocks, which is great and all. But here, seems to be doing better. Let's go 2 blocks here. Wait, why aren't you extending? Did I not... How did I manage to weld that together? Okay, hold up. Let's go there. Yeah, why aren't you doing the thing you're supposed to do? Oh, now you are. Okay. Let's do the thing. There we go. Okay, this is kind of cool. So you can get some nice one. I think it's because this upper one is not as long as the bottom one. It'd probably look and work a lot nicer. Put a piston on the shaft to deal with the extension. What do you mean? Like how long it is? Because I won't be able to, because if we go spawn it in, it'll just be all jank. Alright, yeah, so we're going to check down here. So this one's set to 3. Let's go to 2 for you. Okay, so now we're not losing any speed. So it does lose quite a bit of speed on that. But if we do it this way, we should now get 4. Oh, yeah. That's much nicer. So you can probably, I mean, you won't have much speed loss if this shaft is long. But yeah, when we had it over here, or, well, when we had it like this one, it only could go 3 blocks before it, like, started seizing up. So I think if you do it that way, where you... I mean, you could probably run some calculations, but it seems like if you manage the length at the best you can for the for that, put it braced up to like a middle for the shaft, and then build a whole new one on top of that, and you could get pretty long range. Delete. And this is half speed, so yeah, no, you could get pretty good, because I mean, it just basically acts as a new spot. I imagine if you really wanted to increase the support, you could put a bearing on the opposite side, because this only has 1 bearing on the top. As you move the shaft, it gets an extension force on it, and you can tell by bending pistons it need the piston to deal with the friction. Oh wait, you mean like the center shaft or the ends? Oh, well, yeah, there's also that there's no bearing, or there is a bearing. Which I could probably avoid. Oopsies. Here, let me pause this real quick. Okay. There's definitely a better way to build the inside bit a little more, but yeah. So I have a single bearing right there. That's tied to those. So I think that's, oh, the center places the straight pipe. Oh yeah, that's right, because the piston does have that property. Oh yeah, let's, okay, hold on, give me 1 sec. I've got to run to the bathroom, and then we will run that extension. Yes! Yes, I did make it the old-fashioned way. It's a video game, so I guess you could get away with a lot more. Ooh, I like this sound. Okay. Yeah, let's weld the piston in, and then we'll see how far it goes. Well, again, we're also trying to limit physics interactions. I guess that's also the goal. I gotta be careful. I'm gonna lose track of the goal of minimizing physics interactions by making cool things. Because, I mean, when you really think about it, if we have a CV joint, right? And then we have a differential, and then we have an engine, we're dealing with all of that, plus this, plus that. We've got a mess. You know, not to mention any other, you know, pass-through type setups. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure. That's the whole thing with engine, just trying to reduce it. I mean, so I would personally, when it came to something like this, I would just use a bigger gear. When if I wanted to, I would just use a slightly bigger gear, and then just do different reductions if I wanted to drop the power or drop it down. Excuse me. Or I would just use 2 gears. So run a drive shaft through the center of the vehicle if the engine sits real high, and then right above the differential in the rear, I'd run 2 gears, and then one would be to just transfer the power down. All right. Wait, I did weld that, right? Yes. Yes. And we'll do the same thing here for giggles. It's an adventure. There's a lot of learning. Trying cool new stuff. There we go. Let's do this. Okay. Let's turn you back on. Alright, so we got that. What did I do? I didn't change anything, really. Oh, it's probably because I turned it off before I put on the lift. There we go. Okay, nice. This looks like an artistic mess. So at that rate, how far could we go with the piston flexing before it, like, just stops? Because this one in particular is fighting. Yeah, it's not a fan. And it's really slowing down. You get a lot of bounce too. You get a little more speed. This would be one of those things where you could probably just add another, or like make it so they can extend. Well, no. No, it wouldn't be feasible because I mean there's no reason to have these extend normally. Oh yeah, it sounds like it's chugging. Oh yeah, it definitely does not like that. Okay, so it's at 3 and it's already performing worse than it was before. Yeah. I mean, can it handle all the way up though? No. Because our other, like earlier we didn't have this issue. You know what? I'm going to try replacing that back so this way you have a little more info on that. Because it's not like I said, it all has to be spawnable. That looks great. Pipes. Yeah, I do like the pipe look. Okay. Which pipes that were not welded? Which ones? You're welded, you're welded, you're welded. Welded, 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 welded. Up there's fine. Well, I think... So we know that it does not do well with 2. And I don't know if that's because there's more. I mean, we're obviously not going to have... Like... Because we're not going to have angles like this normally. This would probably be something like... You know how you have suspensions and stuff like that? Or like... that load in at a different size or a different angle and then they kind of unfold. It's pretty much what this would probably be used for. As you mentioned, like the monster truck, you'd probably have it load with the vehicle like kind of flat looking, and then when you press a button when you get in, it will set the suspension up by like folding some stuff down. Let's go back to pipes real quick. Sometimes I wish there was like a speed sensor or something so this way I can tell like if it's going faster or not, because that would be really convenient. Yeah, game weird. No, it's still kind of weird. Still tries to fly away even at that speed with the center. Because we also have, yeah, because I saved the CV concept, didn't I? Yes. And this one can run at max with 0 issues. Okay, hold on. I tried to build a speed counting logic. Didn't see. I thought about that. Trying to build that over here. That's why I ended up just putting the lights to show the firing orders as I was figuring it out. Right? So working at max without a problem. All right. I think this is still set to 3. Yeah. We could probably max at 3. Alright. So... And then if this one... I mean, I don't think it's going to handle all the speed. How much speed? Yes. Officer pulls you over. Sir, do you have any idea how fast you were going? Yes. Do you know what the speed limit is? Yes. Just, that's all you can do. Okay, Alright, so let's give this a shot here. Full bore. Okay. Okay. I figured if we didn't have all the extra BS, it'd maybe be a little better. We're getting a little dust, though. So I don't know. Is that the bearings colliding? Because we're not seeing the dust. No, we are seeing the dust up there. Okie dokie. I'll do one more. Hey, this is not a fan. I get a strange feeling if we try to extend that, this whole thing is just gonna go to hell. Alright, so I guess if you do it, it's a 2-block deviation. You know, if you had a flywheel, right, that reduced the maximum speed of the engine by half, so essentially like maybe there, if it had the same amount of torque output, like a good amount of torque, then could it turn a gear on the other side inside the differential to then scale it back up to the maximum engine speed? Because that could make transferring this possible. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, there's also a thing I was thinking about trying out here. So you can't do that. Oh no. Wait, okay. Now I'm confused. Okay, I just had an idea about something that might be cool. Alright, so let's think. We got a bearing here, right? And then we got a U. And then we have a U. No, no. Hold on. Oh, that's a good question. I mean, it's kind of hard for us to count, even with this test. I'd imagine so. Oh, in fact, day one test, when I was first goofing around, there was a massive, oh, it's probably still over here. I had a bunch of these long things attached to this wheel, and it would, it just slowly dipped down. Even though it was welded and everything, it just slowly dipped down. So I imagine heavier things slow down faster in this case. Probably because of the like increased drag you have. That's probably just how they figure it. You know, because that's probably weird. Like the way the calculations work. I imagine because you launch a heavy thing, it doesn't go as far. But you know, since it doesn't have all of the physics, it probably calculates the motion having to slow down. You know, versus if you have a heavy thing and a light thing on a bearing, you know, in space, they'll just keep spinning. It's yeah. Momentum is part of the physics. Well, yeah. So slow. It will. I think it's because I tried to do a flywheel thing that it didn't work out so well. So I just kind of had a base assumption that a flywheel wouldn't be very useful. Yeah. I mean, I can place stuff inside of it, so... Oh, yeah. Anyways, I was... making a thing. Can I... Okay, I think I figured out how to make this, and it's going to be really weird at first. Oh, yeah, physics. You know, me doing that thing where I had a really, really large block there, and it just kind of flopped and slowed down. It might have just, because it sagged, it put a lot of weight on the bearing. So, that also could be very inaccurate. I know building is going to have some really weird things because I'm trying to utilize that weird glitchiness. Okay. So where's my controller? You know, the advantage is once something like this is built and I can eliminate things because it can spawn inside of itself, I won't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, so let's move you by 90. Let's get you out of the way. Where's my bearings? If we wanted to shrink that joint, I guess I'm just trying to think of how to shrink a joint, though probably unnecessarily so. There we go. I just realized how annoying this is going to be because I have to build this all without... Okay. Bearings, bearings, bearings! See? Look at this. So can we pack twice as many joints in here? Because that shouldn't... It might improve how far that can turn before it janks. Maybe. Alright, let's try welding it together. Do that. Why can't I delete you? Crap. I guess it doesn't really matter now. Wait, hold on. Did I use the wrong one? I think I might have used the wrong one. Shit. No! Alright. That's probably gonna break as soon as I spawn it back in. Yeah, because I did it in the wrong order. No, come on, get off. Go. Wrong item. There you go. So we will rotate number 2, 90. And we want this to be this with an extension here. And then we want bearings on all sides. Okay. With these guys. All right, and then this one. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I don't know. I feel like building something complex like this means I can probably figure out a better place to put this. So I wonder if these angles, because there's also trying to do, Extension on the piston? Nah. What do you mean? Wait, hold on. I need to... So this is going to come fold over. I want to have pipes. Wait. Bearings right there. Right there. And right there. Alright, I think I have the plan. Oh, okay, so these... Okay. Alright. I was like, hold on. I just realized several of these pistons are completely unnecessary. Oh well. I'm just gonna continue. We'll call it art. Oh, music approved? Yeah, it's pretty nice. I like pretzel. Alright. Okay, so how this would work is, and I didn't do the second half right. I should have had an extension right there. And they were each going to connect to their own side. Basically, you're going to be able to see how pointless this was because I did the other side wrong. I just need to let me move you. See? That's what I did wrong. And I have too many bearings. But anyways... This was basically combining two of these type of bearings into one setup. And I was wondering, can it improve how far this joint goes without needing all the extra joinery? It's magic! Or, well, you know how it goes with with a lot of ideas. Sometimes it just turns into art. I mean, I have that giant, like, piston thing for a reason. Alright. Now that I kind of know, I just need the order of operations. Okay, so... What I wanted to do is have... you... Put two of you. No, not always. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't cancel each other out that much. It would just it just hopefully would allow for a steeper angle, but you know, we can only go by. Yeah. So, okay, so you see how it dangles there? How it's supposed to go is there's supposed to be like an additional shaft in there, allowing it to go much, much further. But my brain is right now too smooth to just figure it out. Not quite a sphere, more like an egg. Because I'm pretty good at 3D space of things. Basically, it's taking this, turning it back on itself, and then running the output through the inside of itself. And that should allow it to get like weirdly tighter, because instead of rotating at such a angle, like inside of its angle, it can rotate closer, more dense. Egg brain. Well, you know, the more wrinkles, the smarter. So what I should do is I should put a bearing here first. I'm just gonna build it all with this, because why not? All right. This is one of those weird things that you have to build off the lift, make it or like on its own complete separate thing, and then when you spawn it in, you have a couple points and you weld it in. It's just not something you just build on it normally. It's just not something you do. That's what I'm guesstimating, because that's kind of the same way it was the gears and one of the differential things. It's like you have to build it off the lift. Then when you put it on the lift, it like phases into itself, and then you weld it in that orientation so it stays that way and utilizes the pass-through pistons. That's hence the extra controller and stuff, and me trying to just kind of rotate things out of the way. You know, because I mean, we can still weld to it. So, like, think of it this way. Up here, we need a piston that goes, like, horizontal compared to this output shaft, and the same way down here. So, for this one, we need it... because we don't need it to rotate on all sides with this specific one. So... like, take what we're looking at here. Let me build it right now. Yeah, that's one of the things I wish Scrap Integrator already. The ability to customize the default positions. That would be really cool, but I mean, I can understand why, because building on a grid makes, like, you guarantee certain interactions, but it limits some other things. Alright, see how we have this here? So we'd want a bearing on this side and a bearing on this side. And then this would connect. And then it goes through. And then on the opposite side, it'd be the other way. Right. Okay, you know what? This is one of those stupid things where you just gotta. My brain's telling me, you know what? Just put it together. All right. You can problem solve while you're doing it. It's kind of like taking a test in multiple choice or whatever, and not get, you know, you're stuck on one question. You know what? Just move to the next one. Who cares? There we go. I think I just put too many bearings last time, and I confused myself which direction I was going. Right? Okay. So we want 90 just to get it out of the way. There we go. Alright, right? Right? And then we connect this. Where are you? With a piston. I guess when I was building it, I was trying to, like, prevent needless welding or like deleting parts, but to be honest with you, it's more beneficial. All right, so then we just push this back into position and then this back into position. Oh wait, hold on. Overcorrect. There we go. See? And then we would weld these two together, and now we have that one direction, that pivot point. And then this would be an output. Let's put you down here, Oh, balls. There we go. I should have put that on there first. All right. Watch me go through all this effort, and then it actually does not work. Oh. Right, okay. I'm thinking. Because I can't have the shaft connected on the inside. It's so goddamn stupid. I've had a stressful couple of days. My brain's egg. I don't have very many friends, right? Because I moved, and then there was a lot of issues in my hometown, and blah blah blah. So like, one of my only other friends I have is moving away, and he decided not to tell me until like now-ish, and he's moving in like 2 weeks or so, and I'm like, aw. Because he's been trying to plan this. I've been trying to hang out for like a couple months now, and I'm like, dude, like, come on. He's like, I'm just so busy. No, he's moving to Texas. So he's been trying to set up jobs, get apartments, such and such, and he's been busy every single weekend, not to mention working already, so we'd have to like leave and come back, and I knew he was super busy, so it's like, no man, you let me know when you're good. And he's like sleeping and barely eating anything because of his reasons. And then I was like, all right, we're good, you know, I know your job lets up here, we'll do some stuff, hang out, go get a cabin thing. And he's like, I've been really meaning to tell you I'm leaving in 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm like, shit. And over the course of the next couple weeks, he's got family stuff he's got to do, then he's got to get everything ready for Houston, and it's just disheartening. Anyways, yeah, just I guess stress has smoothed it out. Ooh, Pokemon Go. I'll read that in a second. All right, so I am. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad somebody understands it. My significant other is like, you know, I don't have very many friends, and you know, we don't do much. And I'm like, dude, you've gone on like 2 or 3 road trips. One of them's coming to visit you for a con, and then said even if they don't want to do the con, they'll still want to come out and hang out and do a bunch of other stuff. You know, another one's like, hey, come down to Omaha for my birthday, and I'm like, god damn. Then her family's like, let's go on a family vacation, and I'm like, I'm at home taking care of the animals and stuff, because we have 2 dogs, and it's like, don't tell me you don't have friends. And I was like, you're also clued into several friend groups. I'm not. So it's like, So no hate. I'm glad she's having fun and stuff. It's just kind of a bummer to have a friend move away. All right. You know, the more I look at this, the more stupid I think it is. Where was my original idea coming from? Okay, now I got it. Okay, I think I got it now. Duh, that's why I got so dang confused. Over here having like a massive brain fart. Okay. So this joint was supposed to be inside of itself, and I felt like it could get a better angle rather than being so far away. So what I would want is to have over here, I need this to come around. like so. Right? And then I need you to be like these. Yes, and it needs a bearing. Okay. I think that's how I managed to just completely confuse myself. Because I was supposed to, in my brain, I was going to remove some bearings, and then I looked at the spaghetti monster and was like, sometimes I think about old friends, and I tell myself once I get my shit together, I'll finally be able to spend time with them like before. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any friends from back in the day. It's depressing sometimes to think about, but the issue is I guess I'm pretty open about it, but I have severe bipolar and suicidal depression that I was able to sort out, but it didn't happen until I was like 25. So it wasn't very good. It didn't garner good relationships and all that. Not to mention, I moved very far away in comparison. Which is also kind of problematic when you think about it. So yeah, honestly though, like looking at where they are, I'm like, honestly, I don't know if we'd still be able to be friends, because the way they are, how they act, treat people and whatnot. Like, it was already a problem when I was a kid, and I'm stupidly opinionated. So like, it was just a general concern of mine for that. All right, so this should let... Oh, for God's sakes, I did the thing. Okay, where is it? I need to just look up pipes. This. That's why I keep confusing myself. Because I keep doing the thing, and I look at it and I get confused. But yeah, so it's just an annoying amount of stress to just kind of lose out on relationships and whatnot. It's also depressing overall, because it's like, hey, I've had these people that I like being around, but and then I've had some people that I made friends with, so I thought we had a friend group going, but I could have just used a T there. God, I'm a dumbass. Smooth brain, why? You know what? I need to play like just a racing game, one that does not require thought. Okay, so this should be able to go back into position. There. Right? What even am I doing? I just okay. You know what? Paper, pencil. Come here. I have you at my desk for thinking purposes. So, use it. Alright, so incoming, got a loop. And then I have outgoing. But I want to keep the shafts separated to where they can rotate within themselves independently, but still have the same effect. But for the upper one to rotate left and right, it has to have a physical bearing on it, right? And the bottom one to rotate, I'm just trying to figure out how I can make such a tight joint. Because I figured if I could get a joint even tighter, I could probably make the differential easier and limit... Because, okay, so I feel like bearing interactions... Hold on. Sorry. Hey, man, in getting shit together, depression was also included. So, welcome. Yeah. Yeah, it's... it's taken years to get through everything. It's just going your whole the growing up with all of that and the bipolar. There's been like a stunted mental like development, if you will. So it's like I'm right now finally starting to feel like I can be an actual person, you know, and it's dumb, I know, but it's kind of it's dumb, but it's kind of nice at the same time, you know. I just want this one to be able to rotate freely left and right. Right? No. This one I want it to be... Yeah. So I want... This is the problem. I want to see if we can get this one to rotate left and right freely. Right? Which would require the piston to be here. Wait. Yeah. So that would require the piston to be... if you just need to change height, you can use gears. True. I'm just trying to see if there's a way we could do this that eliminates the physics interactions from the gears and maintain a 1-to-1 ratio. Because we know that we've got the 1-to-1 ratio over here. We could hit some hardcore right angles. But I'm trying to see, like, because I don't know. I guess my brain just got on this stupid question, can I? And now I'm like, can we? And for some dumb reason, my brain doesn't want to let it go. It's like, but dude, you know, wait, hold on. What if I'm going about this wrong, where instead of connecting left and right, why am I not trying like an angle? Like the pipes connected at an angle. So it could it allows for pass through, but not. You know what? I will mark this up. I will name it. Let's name this joint, and I will think of it. Smooth brain joint of steepness. Perfect. Let's move on to something more fun. The egg joint. Yes. I swear, if I do get this working, it has to be it. Egg joint. Because, like, I don't know. I just feel like that we could get a nice steep angle, but in a 2-block size of doom. Frickin' Zim. But yeah, so if we could do that... Okay, so part of my thinking on that too is that could be beneficial. Oh, earlier I was thinking, what if we can get an engine, because I know we have flexing issues in some cases, like how long they are. If there's a way to like put them on a suspension. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I'll probably have to do a lot more of these things off stream, but we have a differential. Or at least the baseline differential good to go. We have drive shafts with CVs, so there's that. And delayed annihilation. Oh my, you know, there's a good chance of that. There's a good chance of that. I don't know. I just want to. Yeah, because you see how this is. Yeah, like. If I actually think about it, like if this is connected, yeah, if this is connected this way, right? And this is connected the same way but opposite with a piston, then they don't connect anymore. That's kind of what I was like connecting in my head. I was like, oh shit, that's so dumb. Because there's like no need for it to do that. I guess part of I'm attempting to build a proper car with an engine, but it's so easy to just. I know. Shadow Walker, so what are you engineering? So we've done engines on another stream. We've got some gears. Today, we've got this stuff going, which is ludicrously fast. Like, okay, so originally I thought it was broken until, like, we found out that it's not broken. It just actually is that fast. I remember in one stream, they were saying, oh yeah, no, it can't handle the max speed. And I'm like, now at this point, it handles the max speed of an electric engine, so it's got the torque. It's not like it's like, I don't know. It almost sounds like I probably could actually slap this into an engine. Now I just need a piston engine that goes fast enough that doesn't freak the hell out. But a lot of the playing with today has been messing with the lack of interactability from pistons, which is nice because it's allowed for pass-throughs, slapping of like extra supports and stuff in places, tinier piston engines. All right, let me. I gotta go. So we're going back by about a week or so. That's 4. The smallest one, which I think I got rid of because it ran like ass, was a 3-piston engine. So green. This is the 4-piston where it actually works pretty well. You know, quick and simple, pretty easy, nice. Yes. Every time I try to do timing, it goes to shit. I think it partially my programming, but I'm noticing the more pistons you add, when it comes to like inlines, the better. It starts looking really good. Like it's smooth, it's nice. This actually goes a little bit faster. I just have to. Okay. It has more power, and then you double it. Okay, hold on. This is one of the jammed ones. Let me delete this one. And then if you do the pistons, I put them here because every time I just open the world, it does the thing. Right here. So using sensors, you can get a lot of speed out of it. Oh, that's right. I deleted this one because this one was not using the color anymore, was it? See, I have them saved with notes on them, but I also don't want to spawn too many because I'm afraid everything will go and explode on me. Anyways, yeah, by like just moving it in and out of block. Is this the other one that doesn't work? Oh yeah, because it's not green. Oh man, I'm just gonna make all sorts of a mess. Anyways, this is kind of the ones we were working on. These ones work really good. I did actually put blocks on there so they wouldn't jank out. Alright, so this is probably the best that I can get with it. Do you have the power stroke? Right? Or light? Oh, yeah. This is just so this way I could tell where the firing order. I was slowly rotating it at one point to make sure the pistons were checking or connecting or reading. But it's just enough. When it comes over to here, when you go to add more, we got a 3 sitting right here. The angles get to be too much. And this is only on a 4. And the only, okay, so the angles, they have to be less and less as you go, or as you add pistons, because it cannot go any further. Like, it's just so much fight from the pistons. The only other thing I could think of for a 3-cylinder engine, and I was gonna build it, but I decided to do differentials instead for this stream, is rotate each of these sets by 90 degrees. So 3 each facing the other direction from itself, and then offsetting it slightly, but only by about this much, which I think we figured last time was 30 degrees. 45 degrees was the max that it can handle in one direction. Since these are all additive, this is 45 degrees, and this is 45 degrees from this one, and this one's 45 degrees from this one. So that's how we know 90 degrees off from the center is a bad juju. What if we tried to use suspension instead of pistons to make the engines? Because there's no push. You need push for it to work. I was thinking something like that. I was like, wow, that's cool. But pistons also have to spawn fully extended. So, yeah. Also, you can't pass through. You can't pass through suspension. I don't think, anyways. Quickly, suspension. Answer my questions. Oh, I guess you can. Oh, balls. Oh. I completely forgot to check that. That was on my checklist. To check physics interactions with piston, or with that. Oh, no. Oh, balls. Yeah. What, you were rotating 90 degrees? Well, no. Well, okay, so with how it's supposed to work is like each one of these are supposed to push the next one into line. So you'd set them 45, 45, 45, but how the controllers work is since it's all additive, this one's 45 degrees, and then these guys hold at 45 because they have their own strength. Then the next one will rotate to 45, then these will hold, next one, and then these will hold, and then next one. Well, since these, it's just the way it works is since the center ones are, or the center one, since you can't extend beyond 90 degrees in this setup, the center will always line up with the minimum that it can handle, and then the outside will have to fight for the maximum because those ones are attached to free bearings. Yeah, right here, 45. 45 works. And that works fine on the doubles, but as soon as you go to triples, I think these ones I might have lowered it to 30. No, this one's 72 actually. But it's fine on the doubles because the you're only pulling from 2 pistons and it's fine. 45 degrees for 8 stages. Yes, you're right, because as you go up it needs to be reduced. So the numbers I was figuring on is basically you just divide the 360 so by the piston count. So 72 degrees for the 5 piston ones I found actually works really well, but it works fine all the way down to 45 degrees. But it has this weird lubbing effect, you know, kind of like if you have your vehicle cammed, where the top end has like a whole extra, it has like a really long stroke in there, so it's wub 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 wub, and that's what this would get. It would feel like it's cammed. But yeah, that's the thing though, is you add one more piston, it's all over. Like I can't get it to sync up. So that's where we mentioned earlier, where I was like, what if we have a way to literally like reverse this piston in on itself, and then there's 2 pistons inside of each other but offset slightly, to where we're still getting the exact same setup except for they're like into one another, so it's like really bringing it in. Mine are 123, 72, 5, 45, 8, and 45, 8 by 2. Yeah, I'll probably be janking around with this weird stuff off stream now that there's the piston, because or not the piston but the suspension, because okay, so back on the first stream I was supposed to slap a suspension piece on that big rotating circle wheel thing we had over here with the light on it. Where'd it go? I was originally going to put a suspension piece on here and then test it, but I got distracted. That happens a lot. That's what happens when I don't leave notes. Well, okay. Do you have your engines and stuff uploaded to the workshop? Because we'll have to look at that later. Once I feel comfortable enough with some of the engine designs, I think I've mentioned before, I want to do a tow haul race. So that's kind of the point of trying to design a very useful, like this. So we might actually, like, once I have engine designs I'm comfortable with, because I already got one that I'm comfortable with, but I want to see if I can shrink it but get the same power output. But anyways, yeah, I'll probably build a setup that uses this, and then figure out how to race. So my plan was to just join you. Oh, it's only a few designs. I would totally upload it, honestly. That actually might be cool, like more beneficial. Well, also, it depends, though, because if you have a secret sauce to it you want to wait on, like, that's totally a good idea if you want to. I mean, I'm streaming mine. People, go right ahead. Take a design, utilize it. I mean, honestly, I believe that the pool of ideas is better than the one mind coming up with it. I mean, there's a reason why good shows tend to be written by a massive team. You know, somebody has one really, really good idea, and then other people work on it. Like, I watch Hell of a Boss, right? And there's that one scene where Moxie and Blitz get, you know, gassed, and they start having the hallucinations. Well, if you watch the original song to it, like, because you can watch with the original writer and they sung it originally, that's not in the show. A lot of like the comedy and funny parts that we really, really like are not in there. But then you watch the show version and it has some of the jokey things and the words are slightly different. So, I mean, of course, it takes more than one set of eyes to really make something. Yeah, like, okay, someone's like, hey, let's add a piston here to see if you can help with extension. It doesn't seem to help much, you know. This also works, but it's to where we could get it out by 4, but it's also complicated as all heck. I'm trying to think of a way to make that where it's not as complicated. Because honestly, if we can get... 16 by 9 by 7. So it doesn't... Exactly! You know? So, like, they get so big. I mean, what was it? We had a... What do we got here? This is... I mean, the 16, if this was working 16, we'd be at, like, 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's an 8 by 8 footprint, essentially. Right? Yeah, it's an 8 by 8 footprint because it has to have all of them. But I'm thinking there might be a better way. Are those gears on that? Wait, hold on. What do you mean? Are those gears on that one wall over here? Yeah. These were just some gear ideas where we use the controller block. Here, I'll show you. Oh wait, if you weren't around for the beginning of it, then that would make a lot of sense. Right here. So this way they spawn in like this. So when I was goofing around with this made me realize that we can spawn engines inside of themselves. And this is where that whole being able to get pistons together helps. And then I was also thinking, depending on the design of this, I can, because you know how it's additive? Oh, hold on. I think I'm totally gonna scratch my head on joint you trying to optimize and we're gonna get somewhere. See, we're gonna find something out. Yeah, I mean, it'd be, like I said, it'd be kind of cool. We already have proven that looks like I managed to get a design with no flex, but it was only a 4-tooth and an 8-tooth, right? So we got these ones don't flex at all. So we've got up to, I think it was 12, you know. But knowing that things can spawn inside of themselves is what kind of really prompted the idea of being able to layer engines back on themselves. You know, but you can't weld them, so it's like you'd have to use more controllers. Okay, so like a lot of the problems we've come across with controllers, this is just information here, is when I have a really long piece with multiple bits of pressure on it. Like right here, these guys are all fighting. If I deleted these, I don't want to like delete it because I don't have to build it again. But if I deleted these, they'd stop jittering so much, you know. So if we can get them to, if I could get them to layer in on themselves, and I think we tried that at the beginning where we tried to get it to layer back on itself, and I couldn't get the angle right, so I said screw it. But basically, it sat in the exact same footprint, but they were 45 degrees off from one another. And that's what I was thinking to be really good, because since it's a 45 degree, but the only concern I have with that is that it spawns in on itself. It switches to 45 degrees, but like it spawns, like it has to spawn on the grid, kind of like how these work. So I can't like make a piston anchored on the 45 degree angle. It's just not feasible, and that's kind of what like somewhat killed that. You know, let me delete it. There we go. So like Oh, yeah. And then this sometimes happens where they'll reverse from one another. Yeah, this one's already being buggy. So, like, they work sometimes. That's why I don't mind, or that's why I think there might be a way to force them to always go the same way. Because they're going to go whichever way is, like, the easiest. So I think there might be a way to put, like a corner piece or an angle in here where it'll automatically rotate it to 1 degree. Oh! Wait, hold on, I wonder, now that I think about it. What if we put them all facing one direction on the inside? Because since there's more physics interaction one direction than another, would that force it to always go the other way? Yeah, that'd be really convenient. All right. Oh, wow, it did. All right, so if we reverse this the way we want it to, right? No, it busts the bearing bit down here. It did force it to go the other way, though. So I wonder if we delete those, will that fix it? Hold on. 4232. You have implemented locks. Yes, now I can lock my doors and I don't gotta worry about losing my stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna try putting these on the opposite direction, because I think that's what ended up happening. Okay, now let's put these on the opposite direction, because if that's the case, then that makes things even nicer, because then I can force it. I now have a way to constantly force it into one direction. Which is nice, because it might be as simple as just one corner piece. Right? Not only does that look kind of cool, but... I mean, no locks on the gears, so they're always spawned correctly. Oh! Yeah. Wow, it did! No way. Did that solve it? Oh! Why did it do that? Okay, so... See, this big one keeps breaking. Holy smokes. But that little one keeps spawning incorrectly. No way! So by increasing the physics from one leading in one direction, like the interaction, it just automatically pops it out the other direction. Big brain in an egg game. Yeah, right? Do you weld them in the... Weld what? Like the gears and stuff? No, see, the thing is I need these all for vehicles, obviously. So it's like, I gotta figure out a way to get them to always spawn correctly. Oh, yeah, so, you know how I talked about, or how we have the gear set over there? Oh, hold on, it's not really increasing physics, it's more like adding more for it to collide with. Yeah, yeah. But, yeah. It's just forcing it to go, hey, there's too much over here, so go the other way. Which is nice. Oh yeah, so like how we have it right here where you can pass through. So these designs right here I was thinking of. Where you can have it pass through. You know? And then have like that 4-prong one right here. And it fits, it'll end up fitting right about here, and then it can pass through the center. But like the way it'll be done when you go to build it that way. No, you weld the platform on the ground to reduce lag. Yes, great idea. I've done that on the other ones just because that's so much, but I don't, because if there's an error, like okay, so these will always sit like this, but I need to know what it's like if somebody gets it from the workshop, or I have to move it. And right now I moved it, what, 5 times, and like 3 times it ballsed up. The whole point is to prevent that ballsing up. Where? Okay, so let's see. Can we do that for this side? Oh, buckets. Oh, for goodness sakes. You know, if you're going to be helpful with this, just move faster. So, can we make it always go that... Oh. Oh, I already see an error here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I see an error with this right now, because this is not going to go well. I don't think he doesn't worry a lot about legs, because he's... It's not. I mean, I do have a right... Actually, you know, it's dumb. I bought everything and stuff. This PC. Network, this PC properties. Because I did upgrade it a year or so ago. I got a Ryzen 9 5900 12-core processor with 32 gigs of RAM, which I was going to get more. With a 64-bit operating system, or 64-bit operating system, and then I have a 1080p from many years ago, but it's set to scale. The only so my stuff would run better if one, I had more exclamation point config. It would run better if I wait. Please tell me you work at NASA and you're playing scrap mechanic on the computer. Unfortunately, I don't. Honestly, if I worked at NASA, I don't know if I'd be having so many issues making these engine ideas. Alright, I think I know what can be done here. Before I put them all in one direction, just kind of have an assumption. Yeah, if I... So I use two 55-inch TVs for monitors, right? So I'm actually sitting across my room right now, or my office, with the TVs on the wall mounted across. But since they're 4K, it's a 1080 Ryzen, a 1080 Ti. I have to scale it to get it to work on these, scale it up quite a bit, which surprisingly actually uses a bit of GPU power. Not to mention I have Chrome eating up a buttload of RAM. My graphics card has 8 gigs and it's set, which is surprising because it actually can work with DDR5, which is probably the only reason why it works. Because back when I bought it, it was about the time where DDR5 was maybe a thing, and it was an option, but my motherboard didn't have it, so I bought a new motherboard now. I think it's not DDR. What is it called? Shit. Oh, it's a completely different one, but it was really good at the time, because it was just an uncommon thing, and now it's common. Like almost all graphics card, or all high-end graphics card uses it. I need to look at the setting. It's been what, 4 or 5 years? Yeah, it's been about 5 years since I had my last changed my graphics card out. So that's the reason why it still works. Like, I can play a ton of games and they're pretty, but now I just need RAM. Brain fart. Yeah. Yes. Well, hello. Thank you for following Shadow Walker. Alright, so I don't think I need to worry about configuring this gear as much. Well, kind of. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to keep this within a 3-block range is because on a differential, we could still slap this on there. It's just wide as all get out. I honestly don't think it really is. Like, because I have a Ryzen 9 5900, which price-wise is great, but I think they're well beyond that now. Monster truck gears. Yeah, I think that was brought up earlier, is being able to use these for monster truck designs, which I don't think there's a ton of. I mean, there are some, but like if you wanted to do a piston engine monster truck, that'd be sick. That'd be bonkers. Oh, you know what's really funny is watching people, like, you know how they've done like YouTube videos on like, make wheels on your own. Like, I thought this back at that time. I was like, why don't you just set things offset and look, this is a pretty damn good wheel. If you really want, you can like put more heavy or more friction blocks on here. But anyways,
Distractions aside. Okay, so I'm glad we've sorted this one, because this is the highest likelihood of the one we'll end up using on a setup. So we're gonna have to have multiple setups, and I also am gonna have to figure out how to make or plumb up the engine kits, you know, so this way we could keep consistently for the testing. I mean, honestly, we have a differential, and we have a differential setup, we have a gear setup, and we have a couple engines in mind. So I mean, if we're gonna do anything, it's like some freaky optimizations, like the egg joint of doom, which I have now figured out is probably the worst idea ever. Well, maybe it's not. Oh crap! Yep. Hold on. Joint of doom. I'm sorry, my dude, but I think I need. Oh yeah, dang it! I'm doing it again. The differential. Yeah, wait, weren't you not here for the differential? Right up here. This guy. We were testing physics interactions, and I remember from a discussion 2 streams ago, even last stream, that it couldn't handle full speed. And we're like, so we were like, oh yeah. At this point, it's a matter of engine limitation, because I think the engine, or the pistons, don't move as fast. You know, hence why it's like trying to see if we can get them inside one another, get their angle just right, so this way they're like constantly pumping out speed. You know what I mean? Because the more pistons, the more consistent, or the more smooth, the more like in line. But if we can layer them on one another, we can adjust the overall. Oh, hold on, getting text messages. We can adjust the overall timings to where we're not putting too much stress on any one joint. So you know how we have the 45-degree angle? Well, depending on how the engine's designed, we could actually mitigate that by fitting 10 pistons or 20 piston or 10 pistons in a 5-piston space, and then using a similar offset. But with less of a degree in between each one of them. You know what I mean? And then this way it's even smoother, because it's, you know, it rotates on it. It's that's the smooth brain talking. Anyways, it bounces a bit, doesn't it? Kind of, yeah, but it's not that bad. Oh, it also comes down to like support. It's a little more stable if you have a bearing right here instead of a piston. This was mainly to see if you could just pass it through. But yeah, if you have a bearing on this side and a bearing on this side, and you use the pistons on the outside to rotate them, it's way stronger, like way stronger. So there is that. Oh yeah, egg joint real quick. What if egg joint was like this joint? Oh no, don't do the thing. No? Yeah, I would actually need it on the opposite side. Okay, hold on. Well, it doesn't have to, or has to be able to multiply. Misclick caps. Other gears that can, assuming space is an issue. Well, that's the advantage with the 45-degree, the method with being able to get them to spawn inside of itself, is that I can, you know, as I was mentioning before about the egg joint that I'm really gonna try to work on when I get off, or when I'm off stream. is it's one of those things that you can build with very special means. Like you have to change the angles, change the direction, do this, do that, and then when you put it on a lift, it's able to spawn, and when it releases, it comes off. Like these, you have to build them off a lift, and then when you spawn them on the lift, they end up inside one another. You know? So like how we would have to spawn it would be similar to spawning this one over here. Like this. See? They are inside each other right here. See? Right there at the corner. But then when it comes off the lift, it will, boop, they pop over. So that's exactly what we'd be banking on for a differential design, because it all has to work on its own. So we would basically offset it by a degree or two, or by, you know, whichever degrees to get it to fit when we build it. The other option is to use like a piston method. So you know how we have this? We would basically just set it to a free spin, and then we could use a piston, extend it all the way through the creation, weld the gear to it, and then we would retract the piston, right? And then once we've retracted the piston and the axle through the whole thing to, like, you know, because we're using that, so we'd have to fish it through. Once it's on the other side, we can then like substitute the piston out. Excuse me, or substitute the piston out after we pull it off of the, because pistons always start in the closed position. We would then take that, put it onto the lip. You know what? I want to. This is you know what? Screw it. I will. All right. This is what I mean, because this. You know what? If other people are on the same page, then they can think of it too, and that might be more beneficial. So we've got this, we've got this, we've got this, we've got... Where is my thing concept? Play down. Jank. Oh yeah, that's right. This is not the one with the new pieces. Okay, there. So it's like it does its thing for free, free spin. Let's put it on here. Okay, real quick, when you're explaining this stuff, do you do hand motions even if the other person's? Yes, that's why I'm like, hold on, I just need to do it differently. I do the same thing. I used to work in call centers and whatnot, and I looked like a giant idiot when I was in the office because I would wave when I was saying goodbye. I do that on phone calls. I don't know why, but yeah, I hand gestures all the time. It's a major thing. I keep a notebook next to me so when I'm working in my office at home, I can just like keep that on my hands on that instead, and I don't worry about it. Okay, so we got you, and then we want to make, I don't know, pull a pole through it or whatever. Where is it? This is going to be completely useless and for demonstration purposes only. Actually, hold on. Alright, where are you? Piston. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's in my head, and even though I didn't do it, it's a good idea. I just feel for other people to see what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I do that so I can keep pace so I don't get sidetracked. Yeah, exactly. So when I'm playing games and I'm talking at the same time, I get distracted real bad. A couple of synchronized brings works better than a ton. Yes, exactly. So I'm like explaining it. I'm like, you know what? I should really just show you what I mean. Okay. I need to... Oh, that's right. Duh, I gotta put a thing on the end. Ugh. Alright. So this is kind of what I was meaning. So we have it right here. piston here. We need a block here. And then we need the piston to extend through it, right? Where are you? Connect. So we go and do this like so. Okay, I'm going to have to use a controller to force it to move then, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, I know. It's... So the stream is slightly delayed, so some of the times I'm like, oh, duh. And it's like, you already know. Oh, that's why. So many dumb things when I'm rushing. I didn't even put it to the right space. Or the bearing like I was supposed to. Okay, so basically we force this to pass through it. And then we're essentially able to kind of get whatever we want out of it. You'll see what I mean. It's not far enough out because I deleted the thing. That's okay. I'll just delete another one, attach two, and then we'll be golden with the way I was talking about. But anyways, this is kind of what I was thinking of when it comes to not bearings, but comes to how to build this in a really weird particular way. I'm just going to listen to sea shanties and go through this. Done that too many times. There we go. Okay, cool. So now we should be able to go through, and it should go through the center-ish. Did I not put enough? I must not have put enough. Did I not put 2? I swear if I did not put 2. I did not put 2 because I'm a ding dong. Oh well, this will work all the same. Alright. It's all the same. It's me trying to talk about the order of putting it together, so this way it ends up doing a certain special thing. Alright, you see how it doesn't work? Alright, so we go like so. It's interesting because the tool will still stop you, even though... Now watch. Boop. Works, right? And then we go like... Oh, I run it. Oh my god. I'm getting so flustered. Flustertated, I think it is. Oh, that's the in one. Yeah, we'll do the in one because that'll be all the same. So, anyways, basically it's just forcing things to stick together. It's like I really, really want to be like, here's my. Are you kidding me? I weld it up and then it decides to jank out. You know, I don't think I can win. I'm going to have to take it and put it on a lift. And reset this right there. Okay. I should have taken the one that wasn't so buggy, now that I think about it. Because I'm over here, like, trying to do a demonstration with the one that I know for a fact is kind of jank. There we go. Alright. Go like so. And it pushes its way through. And this is with the gear not active at all. You're getting egged. Egg brain. I know. It's smoother than you'd realize. Okay, that should be enough. Frames. This is what happens. I have way too many bearing piston stuff. Alright, so this is what I mean. And this is why I was saying, like, this could be utilized some crazy engine design stuff, especially if it's, like, one of the only devices. This! Ta-da! you know? So this otherwise would be like how we would do it is you'd be able to spawn it inside of itself. So I was thinking with some engine designs, you'd be able to just basically pull shit through, you know, to build it. That's what I mean. And then you would take, if I wasn't being a doofus, then I'd be able to do one of these numbers. You know what? I probably could. Go like this. Oh, it's cardboard. Brilliant. And then go like this. You go like this. You go like this. You weld it. I don't want it to be welded. Oh. But yes, you can basically just pull it through and then remove the... If I had a box here, it'd actually let me weld it and then remove this. Scrap Mechanic doesn't care about abuse anymore. It's only the Diff. Pretty pro handbrake there. Oh, yeah, no. It's like no different than like shoving a stick in... Wait, isn't there... did Family Guy do that where he's riding a bike, shoves a stick in it, and then just falls on the ground? Stupid stuff. Alright, anyways, so it's essentially building it using... Oh, no, delete that. Building it using the glitches in the first place, allowing it to like with the differential, we build it off of the lift, and then we put on the lift it can spawn. So I was thinking there might be some cool ways we could do that with engines. I don't know. And then I thought the egg joint might allow for some other stabilities, but I think I might be very wrong. I think I might be very wrong. Why are things getting framey again? What do I have that's going on? It might be those gears, actually, now that I think about it. It's the gear something. Yeah, that helped a little bit. What about you? Oh, this is the one. Because these two are janking up on their own. No. Okay. I broke a spring. Oh, I broke a spring and shock doing that. Ow. You do not want to break the spring and shock. I mean... I've worked on some cars where clients came in and they said their vehicle's riding really, really rough, and they've had like giant sticks like lodged into the suspension, like the struts and the springs. There's also a guy who talked about having his truck really, really bad, like riding really terrible, and he put spacers under the leaf springs on the rear and spacers in the front to make it like sit higher up, you know, kind of like not a lift kit. And I'm like, well, no, duh. Most of your spring travel's gone, my dude. They were getting replaced anyway, at least. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Okay. I guess at this point, because it's... What are we looking at? It's about almost 4 hours. Oh my gosh, it's been almost 4 hours. That's bonkers. Like really bonkers, actually. Okay. I'll have to work on this egg joint later. I'm just thinking about stuff. Alright, so it's been 4 hours. I need to stop. I also probably need to go get some dinner because I'm hungry and I did not eat lunch. I got distracted and decided to live stream. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for joining. Like I said, it was great talking to you guys. We all were able to figure out like what we're looking at here in terms of like how much power these can handle. I have another version of this saved. Wait until people just cram bigger, longer travel springs into vehicles without getting any longer control arms. Yes, exactly. That yeah. And it just kind of like destroys it destroys things like the tie rod ends in the front, because it'd be putting way too much pressure on them when they crank the wheel when they're like, look at me, I can off-road. So we've kind of achieved the goals from what I was worried about before. Is we did check CVs, because that was told previously, probably not possible, but it was. We do have some folding gears, which now adds, like, you know, the possibility of folding engine components as long as they don't jank. The differentials, we have a couple engines in mind. And I'm going to work on an egg joint, the smooth brain egg joint of doom. Oh man, anyways, thank you guys again for joining. You can follow my Twitter, it's at Mango Smoothie Man. You know, I've been playing Pokemon and stuff, and I post there and whatnot. Otherwise, if you want to see more of this again or know when I'm online, you can follow me. And yeah, I don't have a for sure schedule, because I'm just kind of like out in just kind of dealing with world stuff and deciding I want to get back into streaming. I was like, I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go out and I'm going to have some fun streaming and just chilling, you know. There is a follower goal, now I think about it, that I have on the bottom of the screen for scheduling a stream, which is pretty nice, because then we could just schedule a stream and then everybody kind of knows when it's going on, versus me just randomly deciding in the middle of one day or the middle of the night. The last stream was in the middle of the night until like 3 or 4 in the morning. I just don't know. I'm weird like that, I guess. Sleeping problems. I imagine plenty of you can understand that one. But yeah, no, again, thanks. Oh yeah, and if you do have a Twitter or whatnot and you have ideas, like I said, go ahead and use any of these ideas if you think of something. Some of the designs I currently have, I still want to test out as they are, but modifying them to make them better, great idea. You know what I mean? Because, I don't know, I think it'd be sick if you can make a piston-based vehicle that moves faster, or that moves faster than the engine in the game and has more tow capacity than the motor. That would be cool. Anyways. Discord. I deleted my Discord a long while ago. I'll probably put one up again, or put one together again after a little while. Actually, do I still have it active? I guess it's pretty. It's kind of dead. It's been a long time. Yeah, I'll have to remake it so this way it's not so messy. Back when I put it together, it was when I was doing YouTube and whatnot. Discord to Twitter. Yeah. Oh, and then once I have things a little bit more sorted, I'll probably upload them to Steam, which I'll have to get that link up on my stuff by the time I stream Scrap Mechanic again. Because my Steam is... It's mango_s_man. I'll have to get that URL for friending me on there, or at least being able to hunt down what my projects are that I upload. Alright, cool. Gotta go. I will Minnesota goodbye, unfortunately, if I'm not careful, and say goodbye for a whole hour, so. Alright, anyways, thank you guys so much. Oh, by the way, I got a diff mate. Awesome! Next time. Thank you again. Take care, and have a good day, everybody. Bye.